Hey, what up everyone, this is MandoAllDay back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing a guide for Green Muspelheim, something like that. It's the raid that's very common, everyone plays it a lot, and it's the green version, so I'll be kind of give you guys some tips and pointers as far as how to play with that raid, and kind of give you some tips in terms of how to pass the green raid with the party. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is get in a party, and so luckily I have a party set already, a raid party. I have it maxed out, and it's green. So I was just getting in a party, that way you guys communicate and everything, and it's easier to play when you communicate when you're in chat. So obviously you want to go to look for group chat and so forth, and then has to be invited or host a green raid, I can't pronounce that, Muspelheim, whatever. And once there, perfect. Alright, so once you're in a party, and then once everyone's ready to go, then just go right into it, queue yourself in, and then we'll get started. So this is a really simple raid. It's not that difficult, but if this is the first time you're doing raid, again, I'll be going over some tips and pointers. You don't have to be fully maxed out with like the most high intense gear or anything. You just gotta have decent gear, enough where you have a legendary, ideally maxed out. If not, it's okay as long as it's like rank 2. Uniques at least level 60, and artifacts, again, some decent ones. Doesn't have to be the best ones, just something just to get by. But again, this is just green raid, so it's not too difficult. But again, I'll just give you some pointers. So once you're in a party, once you have decent gear, then all you do is, the first thing you want to do is, well, I highly recommend doing is having your inventory kind of empty, because occasionally there's some decent drops. So, alright, the first thing you want to do is kill these right here. You have killed 10 of these big bosses. We have 5. You see these big bosses right here. You have to kill all. You have to kill all these 10 of them. These right here. There's 10. Perfect. Alright, the next thing you want to do, this is where the whole communication and chat box comes into play. What you want to do is you want to communicate in the next portion what to do. Now, ideally for red, you want to split it up evenly, and you can do that with green if you want, but I usually recommend you can split it up too. It's up to you. But for green, honestly, just split it up and do ultimates, and I'll give you a second. I'll put it on here for the chat.
I battled gods and demons, but Thor is just wow. Carol, it is so good to see you again.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, so basically what I did, chat room, is split evenly and do split evenly and do ultimates after the first rotation. The way it works is like this. Sorry, again, I'm talking and pulling at the same time, a little difficult, but like I was saying, what you want to do is do mass damage if you can, but you want to have your chat box open, because the party leader, group leader, or raid leader, however you want to call them, will let the team know when to switch. And ideally what you want to do is switch in clockwise, meaning since I'm on the right side, I want to go down and then go to my left. And then if I was on the other side, I would go up and around where I'm at right now. So I'll show you what I mean. So do damage, then type in your switch, and then these ults. What you want to do is when you switch, go down here and get these orbs right here. These right here. These orbs. You want to get them. You don't have to get all of them, just get some. Once there, that gives you a buff, and then you just do damage. Now you can do ultimate. See if we were doing. The ultimates, you get that buff. That's what you want to do. And then after that, ultimates. And don't worry, your ultimate will come back again after this first wave, so to speak. Alright, ideally which one goes on top here. And we switch, but in this case we kind of did easily and passed it pretty fast, and you don't have to do that. But ideally what you want to do is, if you go to the right and go down and come to the left. And then if the switch, go to the top, get that buff and come back down. Fairly simple. Again, hero accommodations, ash room. I got something that I want, and that's that. So fairly easy. Again, but it's important to have the chat open, because when you have the chat open, you can communicate when to switch. Kind of like how I did, where I said switch and everyone switch and then use ultimates. That's exactly what you want to do. So right now what I'm doing is this. Ideally what you want to split it up, but for green what you want to do is everyone go right away, use your ultimate right away. Because again, since this is a green raid, you don't really have to struggle too much. So what I'm gonna do right now is I told the team everyone use ultimate all at the same time. All you do is use ultimates. I mean, ideally for red you want to split it up, but honestly for green you don't really have to. I mean 9%, 8%, 6, and that's it. Fairly easy, just like that. Just like that. What you want to do again for green, I would recommend just everyone go at the same time, use their ultimates, or use a signature then ultimates, and then that's it. Just do a lot of damage after that. The second wave. So the third wave, this is kind of tricky, but not too bad.
One queen of limbo,
So
ready for action.
bring fire giant to fire area, then center, then destroy. So what you want to do for this section right here, again, it's fairly easy. If you keep damaging this, it won't do damage. What you have to do is bring these fire giants. That's what I told the team right now. Is bring the fire giants to the fire area, and you'll see what I mean. And then to the center, then kill them. So for instance, what you want to do is you want to come here and follow these guys right here. These right here. All right, and you have to protect them. And then by the time you protect them, you'll be enemies. And when you get a fire demon, a fire demon will come up soon. What you want to do is bring that fire demon close to the fire pits, as I call them, which are these right here. These right here. All you have to do is walk the fire giant to the fire pit, and then towards the center, and then once you're in the center, then kill him. The fire giant. And the way you can tell if this fire giant is following you is that you'll have like a, I guess you can say like an aurora. That's the fire giant right there. And you have like an aurora around you, and he's following you. So what you do is all you have to do is walk by the fire area, and then once he gets above around the fire giant, bring him towards the center, and then kill him, and that's it. So I'm gonna see if hopefully I can get fire giant to follow me. Is he following me? No. But see that fire giant right here on top of me? That's what you want. I'm trying to see if I can get the fire giant to follow me, but I'm not getting enough to. Okay. Now the key thing is don't kill the fire giant. The big mistake people do is they kill the fire giant. Do not do that. Okay, you see how this person has his like area, and then you see the fire giant? That's what you want. You want area, and then you want that little orb thing area, aurora around you. Make the giant follow you, and then have the giant walk to that fire pit, and then go to the center, then use signature or kill that fire giant. So right now, just defend this individual here that's kind of granting this up, buffing this up. All you do is defend him by killing the enemies, and then hopefully I get a fire giant. That way I can show you guys how it looks. Well, it looks like I'm not gonna get any fire giants to follow me this round, but you don't have to for this. For green, you don't really have to have like legendary 80. I actually do, but you don't have to. I think I have some items blessed. I do have some. Again, you don't have to. Okay, there you go. Fire giant. Okay, fire giants follow me. You see the orb around me? Now all you have to do is simple. Make him walk here, and then you notice that the fire giant is following me and he has a weird orb around him. That's what you want. So what you do is make him walk to the center. I suggest having you team up away down, that way you don't kill him. Once he's here, then do damage. Do some damage here. Not a whole lot, just something. And then go back. Protect. And that's mainly what you want to do. And then towards the end, everyone attacks the center. And you'll see, you know, once this is 100%... got this guy right here. Okay. Once this is 100%, there goes another fire giant. So what you do is follow this guy right here into the other section. Again, you want to split evenly. Follow this guy to the section, protect them. Once this reaches 100%, you'll get a notification that it's basically the center is vulnerable or you can attack it or whatever. And all you do is go to the center and just do a lot of damage, and then bring down that weird, I don't know what it's called, but you can target with the fire giants. All you do again, team up away, fire pit here, perfect, and then once he doesn't get that orb, come on, oh there you go, you got it. Towards center as always, like I said. And now here, protect this one. But again, you do not want to kill the fire giants, because I've seen people, what they do is they kill them, or they're accidentally, their team up kills the fire giant. So my suggestion is either put the team up away, or there you go, demon soul buff, go fight MandoAllDay. All you do now is go to center and do damage. I'm gonna put our team. I'm telling the team right now to go center, do damage. And this is where you basically do all your damage. Here, and then that's that. So this one's kind of tricky. People get confused a lot, but make sure you don't kill that fire giant. The only downside with this is that there's so much loot here that I can't. Okay, got a unique. Okay. So nothing too crazy, just quite a few things. Okay, that's that. So again, just the fire giants, I would say for the team up, put them away if you want. Okay, for this next portion is fairly simple. This is 3 sisters. So what you have to do is split evenly. Well, not split evenly. Go to the designated area where it's where the sister's not immune. So for instance, if you do mental damage, I always forget which one is what. But what you want to do is on the top here, it tells you what it is. You got mental, physical, and energy. So what you have to do is go to an area what is not what you're at, what damage you do. So for instance, my character does a lot of mental damage. So what I want to do is I want to go to either physical or energy, which is the center or third. Bring my team up. So what I basically told the team right now is everyone use ultimate after the first airstrike, which you saw right now, where he does like a weird thing, goes up in the air. So I told the team just use ultimates right now. But what you want to do again, for this 3 sisters, is very simple. Is whatever damage type you do damage, let's say in this case Harlow with is mental, you want to go to the sister that's not immune to that. So either go center, which is physical, or go to the top or right, which is energy. So if I had, for instance, Human Torch, which is all energy based, I would go either center or to the bottom or left, because he's, you know, he's energy. Now, if you have a tri-build or a character that does like 3 different types of damage, like Doom, I would say go to the area that your damage does most, if that makes sense. So if you see using Doctor Doom and using mental and physical and energy,
Everybody's in for a hell of a fight.
and majority of your powers are, let's just say, a little bit more towards physical, I would go to the mental or something else, but do not go towards this. Only this. Okay.
Could get messy.
So I'm just gonna say let's end this. Let's go Team Go. Sorry, it's kind of random, but okay. Here's the thing for this one. This is the last final boss. You want to enter either when you start people going in, enter right away, because if you don't, you will get locked out and you will not be able to play. Like we're now, everyone's good. Okay. Okay. Now here's the trick with this. When he does, oh, not this. So there's one portion where you have to be careful, where he does a lot of damage and you have to hide behind the rocks. I would say this is the first time playing this raid, definitely hide behind the rocks. And you'll see what I mean. There's a certain move he does. I think he picks up the knife with both of his hands. I'm not too sure, but come on. So all you do for this portion is simple. There you go. For this portion, all you do is hide here and wait. This is a safe zone, and then once it's done, then you go back to your damage. But I would say just always stay behind those rocks when he does that, just to be safe, especially if you're new to this raid. That way you can last longer and not get killed. Come on. And then go here. And I got picked. Okay. It's fine. And for here, what all you have to do is just kill these bosses. There's about 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. All you do is kill them. That's all. I mean, the main boss is almost over. Not too difficult. I'll use my ultra. Again, I don't really have to, because the main boss is going to die soon, but I figured why not. Ultimate, here you go, Doctor Doom. So all you have to do, if you get picked, I think half of the team goes here to another dimension, per se. All you have to do is just defeat that boss. And that's it. And once that's done, you go here, and then you go back to normal, then there you go. And you get all this loot. It's amazing, amazing loot. Got 2 omegas. So again, this is my guide and tips in terms of green muscle. Again, 50 hero combinations. That's good. Sorry, I'm trying to see what. There we go. There's a lot of loot here. Some stuff that you might not even need. Just keep that in mind. I would suggest definitely clean out your inventory before you do this, because you will get random stuff that you do not want. And I'll go over. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to. Everyone's leaving. Okay, good game. Perfect. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my inventory. That should be all. Obviously, before you leave here, drop all the inventory that you don't want. That way. Okay, perfect. So, again, I'll reiterate everything, not everything, but just some information that we kind of retouch in terms of what we just did. Again, it's fairly simple. So what you want to do is get in a party first. You don't have to, but I would suggest getting in a party. Let me go to shield. Okay, so again, go into a party, get invited to a party, or host a party. I highly recommend it. That way you communicate in chat, and then from there, once your party is full and it's a raid party, and the way you can tell it's a raid party, it's fairly simple. When you're in a party, if you're a party leader, on the right side here will be a little button. You click on it and you click on convert to raid, and that's how you convert that party to a raid. Once you have full 10-player raid, then what you do in the chat box, you type on their R or ready, and then once majority of vote is ready, go in here, go queue it in for the green, and then go right into it. And again, all you do is the first part is simple: destroy those 10 enemies. Once you pass that wave, the second wave or second part of it is where you split evenly. For green raid, you can either do 10-0. What that means is everyone goes to one side. either left or right, and just do ultimates and powers right away, or you can do 5-5, which is split evenly 5-5, kind of like what we did right here. And for me, what I usually like to do is when I split 5-5, I use ultimates after the first rotation. So you notice I will start in the right side, and then when I said switched, everyone did counterclockwise, meaning the right side goes down, then left, the left side goes up, then right. And when we switched, I said ultimate, and everyone did ultimate, and boom, we passed that section. Then the section after that is, everyone's really simple. Section after that is simple. Everyone use their ultimates right away and your signatures right away, and everyone attack that main boss with the one with like the 10 different numbers on the round. Again, I'll do a raid, a red raid muscle, whatever it's called. But for green, everyone just attack that enemy, use your ultimates, and you're gonna destroy that enemy. And the wave after that is, again, for the fire giants. Make sure you bring those fire giants, if you're chosen, bring them to the fire pit and bring them to the center, and they do damage, and that's it. And once I always forget what it's called, but once that center thing is activated or it's full and you can start doing damage, usually it's around, once it gets like 20-25% left, and everyone go to the center and just use your signature and just do massive damage, and you pass that wave. And then the wave after that is the sisters, the triplets as they call them. That's easy. All you do is, depending on the damage type you do, is, for instance, in this case it was Scarlet Witch. If you do mental damage, make sure you go to something that's opposite of mental damage. Meaning, if I'm mental damage, I want to either go to the center, which is physical, or the top or right, which is energy. Because if I were to go to the bottom or left with my Scarlet Witch, I would not do any damage, because again, that sister's immune to mental damage. So depending on the type of character you have, you'll go to that section. Now, if you have like a character, like for instance, that does like Dr. Doom, I think he does energy, mental, and physical. I would say whatever majority of the powers you have, use those to your advantage, if that makes sense. So if you have a Dr. Doom that's mental, physical, and energy, a rogue, mental, physical, and energy, but if your main powers are physical, then I would go to either the energy or mental. Even though your mental and energy powers or might not do, if majority of your powers are physical, right, I would avoid going to the physical sister and go to the mental energy. Even though when you activate certain powers, but if your majority of your powers are physical, you want to do majority of the damage. You want to utilize the majority of your powers. That makes sense. So go to that. And the last but not least is the main boss. Simple. Do your powers, do what you have to do. When he picks up his sword with both of his hands and you see that green safe zone, go into it right away. Even though you can, if you have a med kit that when you activate it, you're invisible for 5 seconds or whatever, you can, still do damage and do that. But personally, I would just go to the center in the safe zone just to be, again, literally safe. Especially if you're the first time raid, the last thing you want to do is die and die repeatedly, so that to where you have to restart that particular portion of the raid. So when he picks up his hand with both of his swords, when he picks up the sword both of his hands, and there's that safe zone, stick within the safe zone. And then if you get to the other dimension, just like I did towards the end, just kill the boss, do the mass damage, and that's it. Again, it's fairly simple. The green of it is fairly simple. I know, sorry, it's a bit difficult trying to play and, lead the party, so to speak, and kind of communicate, but hopefully this video is helpful for you guys, and you guys are able to see that it is fairly easy to do. I know many people are intimidated by the green raid. Don't be. It's fairly simple. I like it a lot, especially if you have a team or good leader or someone who knows what to do. It's not that bad. Especially if you watch this video and you feel like you feel confident doing it, I suggest doing it. All you do, again, go to the chat box, LFG, look for group, and then just go from there. I mean, even again, green must again. So, and this is a good way to get those hero commendation and protector commendation points. I mean, I think I got around maybe 100 of hero commendations within this particular rating. Maybe it took us about 30 minutes or so, maybe less. So this is a good way to get those hero commendations to level up your uniques to item 66 or whatever. And that's it, you guys. And again, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. Any questions regarding the raid, again, leave it in the comment section below. If you want to see more videos on mine, or you want to keep updated to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, because it does help out the channel a lot. And that's it, guys. This is a quick little tip and guide regarding Green Musp, or whatever you call it, but the Green Raid. Hopefully it was helpful for you guys, and hopefully that with this video you guys have confidence just to try it out and play it and have fun. This is a good way to get XP, Omegas, as well as hero combinations, and occasionally you do get those rare uniques, which look something like this. Before I end this video, it's a unique that you get looks something like this one right here, Fire Giant Sword. It's a pretty good unique. I haven't used it, but you can definitely get this from Green. I got this one from Green, so again, you can get it. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful, and again, it's not that the raid is not that hard, but yeah, that's it. Alrighty guys, on to the next video, and have a good one. Bye bye.